Spag hair. Beat Bogdan Grad. Like, he's not bad. Lost to Lima. I don't think that's a bad loss. Was, out grappled awfully. Not a phenomenal win, but dude's only got one loss in the UFC in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights. But Marian Santos is good. He looks a lot like my friend who's Guatemalan. And he also looks like a frog. He's built like a frog for sure. Thought Marshall kind of beat him, to be honest. Did look good in the Yusuf fight. In the Sadiq Yusuf fight, I kind of thought Sadiq would have more trouble for him, but he passed that test, bro. He put the whoops on him. Pretty one-sided win, and then he also slept fucking awfully, goddamn, badly in the second round. I like his stand-up. He's got strong, powerful striking, good range, good jiu-jitsu, and good wrestling defense. He fought a really high-level grappler in the Ultimate Fighter, this wrestler guy, and he defended like majority of his takedowns. Looked really good, but I don't know. Naimov's just tricky, you know. He knows how to get to those hips, like he's got that Tajikistan style. And I don't know why. I just kind of have a feeling that he's gonna get a crafty win against Marian, but I think this is like a pick'em. I think this is gonna be a very close fight. I could see Marian rocking him on the feet. I'll for sure be rooting for Marian, but I'm gonna say Naimov gets it done with kind of a boring smudge decision. Next up, we got Mansour Abdul Malik going against Antonio Trangoli. This guy sucks. I think he used to date Mackenzie Dern or something. He fucking sucks dick, bro. I've never seen him do anything offensively successful. Got cooked in a minute by Trayshawn Gore. And he low-key wasn't looking terrible against Magomedov in the first 2 rounds, but he just kind of like gave up in the third. Got DKO'd. He's long, he's tall as hell, but yeah, like I can't think of a single time this guy did any damage or like rocked someone or like actually did something that looked impressive. So I'm gonna go Malik. I don't think Malik's honestly that good. He's definitely good, don't get me wrong, he's explosive. Fucking up Todorovic in 2024 in a round is actually pretty decent. You know, Todorovic just improved a lot. But he was kind of getting cooked by Cody Brundage. That was a boring fight. And then in the third round, Brundage came to scrap, landed a nasty fucking headbutt, and then put out Brundage against the cage. But I think it was against the cage. It was a bullshit ass win because he literally headbutted him to rock him. So I'm glad that got changed to a no contest. Commission actually did something good there, but Mansour, he's got the Atape Gautier kind of build where you're like, oh, this guy's scary, he's fast, he's got good striking, you know, he's dynamic, he's athletic. But I don't know, like Cody Brundage was kind of outclassed him a little bit. Like it was a very, very competitive fight with CB, and I think if you're gonna be hyped to prospect, you gotta run through Cody Brundage, you know. So I'm still going to win this fight because Trangoli fucking sucks dick. So I'll go Mansour by like second round DKO because he's not super aggressive. He takes a while to kind of get going. Next up, Iwo Baranuski going against Ibo Aslan. Iwo versus Ibo. I'm gonna go Iwo here. I think Ibo kind of sucks. He's one of those weird hit or miss fighters that sometimes look alright and then other times just get crunched. Lost to Billy Alicana. Billy Alicana's not terrible. Got subbed by Kudala, but that's not a great look. Beat Cat was like fucking plus 350 or something against this guy, Muhammad Ali, in the Contender Series. Muhammad Ali, if you know about grappling, you know about Muhammad Ali. I remember seeing him in like ADCC and some flow grappling tournaments. He's been around the block. And he fucking slapped him, bro. Muhammad Ali threw one jab, and then he just boom, classic MMA counter, overhand right, over the jab, put him out cold. It was a nasty knockout real early in the round. I think I bet like over 1.5 rounds, and then boom, he just got fucked in the first round. So he looked good. He's dense, Polish, built like a fucking cinder block. Like, look at him, bro. He's got that classic boyish Polish face. But don't let the boyish face fool you. He's got some submission wins, bunch of knockouts. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe Ebo would win, but I just don't think he has ever looked that good. And this guy looks fucking dangerous on the feet. So I'm go UO by like first round knockout. Next up, oh, banger alert, banger alert. We got Edson Barboza going against Jalen Turner, the Tarantula. Who wants to bet if he'll make lightweight? I'm so hyped my boy's back. Jalen Turner in his primes. One of my favorite fighters. He's like, yeah, he's kind of a weight bully, but everyone is, low-key. And I love his style, dude. His knees, his front kicks, his head kicks, his straight shots. Like, he's just so technical. Like, he's like what Matt Schnell thinks he is, you know? Matt Schnell, he's got that, like, robotic kind of, like, kind of twitchy, but, like, technical, like, Muay Femur, the fucking, I think that's what it is, the, like, technical Muay Thai style, where he's very, like, just kind of, like, very precise in their movements, but he's actually dangerous as fuck. He's got a nasty right hand, a lot of power, got that lanky kind of power, and really good jiu-jitsu, nasty guillotine. But yeah, interesting record. He's like 14-9, very ugly record. I'm so glad he's back. When he retired, I was sad, but I also had a feeling we'd see him again. Because he has so much more left to give. Like, he's really good. He just kind of folds sometimes. Like, when guys really have that dog in him and put that pressure on him and don't kind of succumb to his power. Mentally, I feel like he just kind of folds, man. He kind of like gets away from the fight, like in the Hooker fight. Hooker was able to dog it out. Yeah. Hooker was able to dog it out with a broken hand or arm and fucking take out Mr. Jalen Turner. Not take him out, but won the decision. And who else did it lose to? Moicano. When he didn't finish him, he just kind of like got smoked in that second round. Like, I feel like mentally is like Jalen's kind of his own worst enemy in that way. But Edson, I love Edson. I love Jalen. So I'm bummed about this fight because I'm rooting for both of them. But it's gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be a banger. Edson, yeah, he's lost his step. I gotta admit it, man. I've been trying to deny it for a while. He was a monster at fucking featherweight, dude. Like, he had a couple good wins. He low-key beat Danny Gay, which is a great win. Got robbed in that fight, and then like just had some bad decisions. Yeah, he's kind of totally switched up his style. He's more of a boxer now, more of a low kind of MMA stance, less kicks. And yeah, I just don't see how he beats Jalen Turner. He's gonna be smaller, probably more jacked. But I think if he tries to grapple, Jalen's got good jiu-jitsu to kind of counter that. And then on the feet, he might have some good low kicks against Turner, but I don't think you're gonna outbox Jalen Turner. You know, even though he's only got a 2-inch reach advantage, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm rooting. I think I'll root for Edson low-key, because he needs the win more. But should be a banger. I'll go Jalen Turner by unfortunately late round 2 knockout. I don't want to see my boy Edson get colded, but he's been rocked a lot in recent fights, so I'm nervous for him, man. Yeah, Jalen Turner, late round 2 TKO. Next up, we got a Martin Vettori going against Bruno Ferreira. I love this fight, dude. This is honestly one of my favorite fights on the card. I don't know why it's so early. Like, but Macy Barber and fucking Green Silva on the early prelims, bro. Get my boy Martin and Ferreira in here. Isn't it kind of crazy that Martin Vettori was like a top 5 fucking middleweight at one point? Like, that was the extent of the division at one point. Like, the skill level was fucking Marvin Vettori. Anyways, I love this fight because Vettori, as we all know, zombie chin dude, never has been knocked down. Fucking absolute marauder blockhead. Look at him. Look at that blockhead. Ferreira's going too, Loki. But yeah, just 8 Paulo Costa's head kicks. Got rocked 12 times against Jared Cannonier and just still was hanging in there. But I'm never betting on Vettori again. He's a good grappler, but he only boxes for some reason, and he only throws like 1-2s. He has very simple boxing combos, and it's like he has like no power either. He kind of lost all his power. I remember him dropping Jacker Manson. I was like, okay, this guy's got some hands. And then since that fight, it's like he hasn't hurt anyone ever. Just kind of bitter shots. He's got like a women's MMA striking in a way. Good grappling, but never uses it. Ferreira, he's kind of like hit or miss. Sneaky good win against Gregory Rodriguez by knockout. Pretty crazy. But yeah, the guy, he just swings, dude. Like, straight hooks only. I don't think I've ever seen him throw a straight punch. Good jits, good triangle. But I don't think I'll be able to get anything off on Vettori in the grappling. So, I think this will be a stand-up battle. And Ferreira definitely has the damage advantage. I think he's definitely going to be able to hurt Vettori more than Vettori is able to hurt him. But he does kind of gas, like bro got out-cardioed by fucking Abu Samagomedov. You know, like, enough said. So, you know, I do like that it's 3 rounds for Ferreira, but the one area I could see Vettori winning in is the cardio. If he's able to, you know, tire out Ferreira with the volume, survive the first 1 or 2 rounds, and then put the butter on him, put the pressure on him, put the pepper on him in the third. Vettori could come on strong, but I don't know, dude. It's like a volume versus power matchup, but you can't really rely on Vettori getting TKO'd, you know? So I think Ferreira's gonna have to rock him in moments and do enough to win a decision. I don't really see either of these guys finishing each other. Fuck, this is a tough one, bro. I really don't know who to go with. I was gonna go Vettori. I was thinking, oh, it's like a levels fight, you know? Vettori's had better comp, but at this point in his career, fuck. But Sometimes he looks great, other times he just kind of gets cooked. Like he got subbed by Abuse, bro. That's kind of tough. Fuck, I actually don't know. I'm just gonna flip a coin. Fuck it. Heads, Marvin, tails. Alright, heads, Marvin, tails, Ferreira. Tails, alright, we're going Bruno Ferreira by split decision. Next up, moving on to the prelims, we got Nazim Sadikov going against Perez Ziam. I'm going Ziam. I don't love this fight, honestly. It'll probably be a fun fight, don't get me wrong, but Sadikov is, he's one of a kind. He's one of those guys that the UFC can rely on for a banger stand-up scrap. Every fight he's been in has been fun as fuck, bro. The Elder fight was great. I think Elder was low-key winning. Submitted McKinney, easy as fuck. Had a war with Borisov, banger, one of my favorite fights of 2023. Such a good freaking fight. And then had a nasty question mark kick to beat Ishmael Palmagim. And then another fucking fight of the year contender with Nicholas Mata. And they're putting him against Perez. Like, there's so many better matchups for Sadikov. I want to see Sadikov versus like fucking Viziev. That'll be such a banger. But Ziam's good. I'm going Ziam all day, honestly. Mike Davis win is great for Vola win. Nasty knockout. Boyless he didn't look great against. But as of recent, like, he's just so damn big for the division. And he's got really, really good grappling. Solid striking too, good clinch, but I think he's gonna wrestle. And Sadikov's not bad on the ground either, like, don't get me wrong, but he's just gonna be way too small in my opinion. And I could so see Ziam latching up like a guillotine or a rear naked choke, so I'm gonna go Ziam round 2 sub. But it should still be a fun fight. I just think there's so many better matchups for Sadikov. Next up, Gradini Silva going against Macy Barber. I'm not overthinking this one. Macy Barber, we kind of know how good she is, you know? I think she beats Karina Silva. Silva's not that good. She really isn't. Like, every time I watch her, I'm like, okay, she's not terrible, but she's not that good. Like, I think Barber's another level. Does have some good wins, you know? Ketlin Souza, another Silva, lost to my girl, Arau. But yeah, all her fights are kind of boring. Does she have a single win by... Oh no, she had 3 subs in a row, damn. I don't know. Macy Barber's got pretty decent grappling. Big ass hips, big ass tits. Which caused her to miss weight, I think. Alright, I don't know, I'm getting sidetracked, but like, yeah. Beat fucking Caitlin Chukagian. Amanda Reboss by TKO, it's a good win. Adriana Lee, that's not the best win, but I don't know. I think she's just a higher level than Silva. Silva's never really impressed me, so I'm gonna go Macy Barber by decision. Next up, we got Terrence McKinney going against Chris Duncan. Banger fight. Really excited for this one. Definitely think it's gonna end in like a round or 2. Chris Duncan is tough, but I feel like he doesn't really have the greatest chin, Jivik and Borshev, but like both of those guys, Borshev's not bad, but in the grappling he is. I think Chris Duncan's way better than both those guys, so I think I'm gonna go Chris Duncan round 1 sub. I think I'm gonna go Chris Duncan round 1 sub. I'm gonna say, because McKinney just has bad fight IQ too. He does shit that's like dumb, you know. And I don't know, Duncan's been very sound. I could see him getting speed mogged by McKinney because he's not very fast. So I could see McKinney like landing that 1-2, kind of like he did against Matt Favola, before Chris Duncan's able to react. And yeah, Duncan doesn't have the greatest chin ever, so I am a little worried about that. But there's a lot of ways I can see this fight going. I think the most likely is a Chris Duncan round 1 sub, so that's what we're going with. Moving on to the last prelim, Grant Dawson going against Manuel Torres. I want to go Manuel so bad, just because Dawson, kind of like Jalen Turner, like does not do well with adversity on the feet. But his grappling is so fucking good. He really does have elite grappling. And so it's hard not to pick him. Like Torres, I don't know. I do see a world where Torres just lands like a nasty knee or just some crazy shit and takes out Dawson before he's able to get the grappling going. But I just think the second Dawson's able to get this dude down, but he's cooked, it's over for Manuel. Yeah, I think it's over for Manuel. I'm gonna go Dawson round 2 sub. After kind of gassing out Torres in the first, maybe getting rocked, but I could see a world where Torres gets the KO, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but yeah, it's just hard to go against Grant Dawson. He's such a good grappler, bro. Alright, moving on to the main card. Bogdan Guskov going against Jan Blobich. I'm going Jan. I think this is a levels fight, honestly. Like, Bogdan is going to be a lot faster and probably more dangerous on the feet, but Jan is just so technically sound. Like, he really filled all the holes in his game. No homo. Since that Diaco Santos fight where he just blitzed in and got cracked. I feel like he's really upped his defense, and on the feet, it's hard to hit him, bro. Like, who's rocking Jan on the feet these days? No one. No one. Not even like Adesanya in his prime. Fucking Olberg barely did anything. Pereira barely did anything. Like, did a couple jabs to the body, that was pretty much it. It's like no one's rocking him, you know? And Guskov is improved, don't get me wrong. I remember when he made his debut, I think against Volkan Oezdemir. In the Apex, I was like, ooh, this guy, he's fun, but like, damn, he's got some holes. Like, he's a little too chaotic, you know? But I thought he looked great against Krylov. Landed that nasty right hand as he was going for I think like an inside low kick. He's good, man. He's powerful, he's fast, explosive, but I think this is a levels fight, absolutely. Even though Jan's old, Jan's been old for the past fucking 12 years of his career, so I feel like he's always been 42, you know? So I'm gonna go Jan. I'm gonna go like round 2 knockout. I think he's gonna finish him just because Guskov is a little reckless with his striking. Yes, you know, tightened it up, but he's still fucking able to get hit. I feel like in Jan, I could see him using his grappling but he's tapped in with Frank Ocean, bunch of artists, fucking Tony Hawk. Like, it's kind of weird. Gives me industry playing vibes, but I don't know. I guess they rock with him. So, and so do I, man. I'm a Pete Talbot enjoyer. I love his style too. I remember watching him on the Contender Series. I'm like, dude, this guy's nuts. He did a backflip to get out of a fucking single leg and just put the pressure on his opponent. I think it was like Tracy Cortez's brother or something. And I remember him just pressuring on the cage, like boom, 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 boom. Like just landing so many like powerful shots. Great like takedown defense too in that fight. And then since I feel like he's delivered, you know, got kind of fraud tricked by Aoni Barcelos, but Aoni's pretty good, man. We're learning that he's not too bad. People forget, man. People forget, man. Aoni Barcelos. He fraud checked Peyton Talbot. But dude, I honestly thought he was gonna lose against Felipe Lima. Yeah. That guy's a good prospect. Very sharp fighter, well-rounded. And it was a close fight, don't get me wrong, but Talbot had a lot of good moments, like really dogged it out in the grappling. I was very impressed. We aren't getting a long-haired Talbot. I am worried about that. I feel like his hair gives him power. But I love this fight. It's such a weird matchup. Like, really feels like they just picked a straw out of two fucking hats, and we're like, okay, we got Henry Cejudo and Peyton Talbot. But I kind of love this matchup. You got Cejudo, who's been on a bit of a skid, not looking himself, but also not looking terrible, not looking like super washed or anything. But losing to the top guys, the Song Yadongs, the fucking Marabs, you know. But Peyton's at a very different level than Song Yadong and Marab, you know what I'm saying? Cejudo's gonna be short. You know, he's trained with Talbot before, and I kind of like the wrestling threat of Cejudo, even though he doesn't use his grappling as much these days. Kind of likes to do his little karate fighting stance. I feel like he's gonna be smart, you know. People shit on Cejudo about his analysis. Demetrius, you gotta hit him with the right hand, Demetrius. You gotta knock him out, Demetrius. That's the only way you're gonna win. Like, yeah, he'd be staying in the office and fucking pretending like he's got 300 IQ. But there's a reason John Jones went to train with him, you know. Like, he does have a good mind for the sport. But yeah, he just hasn't been able to put that shit into practice recently. And he's so small, dude, 5'4", and he's not really that, like, thick, you know? It's just, I don't really see how he wins. Even if he gets takedowns, like, I don't see him submitting Talbot. And how's he gonna really keep him there when Talbot's, like, way, way bigger? I feel like he's gonna be able to get back up, even if he gets taken down, but I don't know. In my opinion, this is like a pick'em. The only other thing that worries me is it's Cejudo's last fight. Whenever a fighter is saying like, "Alright, this is my last one. I'm done after this," like Poirier all the way. It's hard to pick them because you know they're not going in with a championship mindset of, okay, I'm hungry, I'm getting the title, I'm coming up. They're like, alright, let me just get one more paycheck and try to win. You know, that's a different kind of motivation. It's tough, man. I was gonna pick Cejudo because Peyton really hasn't been tested by anyone Cejudo's level, but the more I think about it, the more I like Talbot, especially after that last fight, kind of proving that he's fixed the grappling a lot. I think he learned a lot from that fight, or from the Barcelos fight. I think Barcelos would probably have a close fight with Henry Cejudo, to be honest. So I'll go Peyton Talbot by split decision. Land a good shot. I just got a vision of Pseudo getting flatlined in like the third. Like the second or the third. Kind of doing well. Seems like he's winning, and then boom. He's just out. Brutal right hand knockout. Crowd's going crazy. Fucking Talbot's ore farming doesn't really know what to do. Bugs up the post-fight interview. Because he's not the best at those. I just got a vision. I'm going Peyton. Round 3 knockout. Sleeping. Sent Henry Cejudo landing that like a either a walk-off or just like one nasty follow-up shot. In ore farming, bro. See, I'm gonna go Peyton Talbot round 3 knockout. I gotta trust the visions, you know. Next up, we got Brandon Moreno going against Tatsuro Taira. Why does it say Moreno's 135? What the fuck? Dude, does no one, like, quality test the UFC website? Is no one, like, paying attention to the shit? Moreno's never fought at fucking 135. Like, what? Oh my god, bro. Alright, sorry, getting distracted. This is a great fight. I'm pretty hyped for this one. Tyra's been looking good, man. I gotta keep it a bug. I was never super high on the guy. I thought he was kind of a one-trick pony. And I still think he is. You know, primarily a grappler, but he's got nasty jiu-jitsu, man. Really good, like, trips. The way he fucked up Park Young's Sung, who, like, alright, maybe he's not the best fighter ever. He's still pretty good, and Tyra fucking dropped him like twice, and the way he was able to get his back was beautiful, and he was able to get that rear naked choke when a lot of guys, especially early, they got on the back and they just sit there the rest of the round. So dude's got nasty jiu-jitsu and back takes especially. Dude, I would love to see his scrambles with Pantoja. I feel like that would be such a fun little, like, thing to watch, you know? But Moreno, he's been looking good. You know, I always love Moreno. He's one of my favorite fighters. All the fights with Biggie were awesome. But yeah, as of recent, he's kind of been, you know, a little lower volume, a little bit lower output, you know. Had a nasty body kick against Guy France, just running up, boom, and then got a doctor stoppage against Figueiredo. Had a fucking war with Pantoja. This fight was insane, and the pace was nuts. I thought Pantoja was gonna gas, and then he just came back in like the 5th round, got the back takes he needed to win the fight, but crazy scrambles and didn't get subbed, which is a good thing to note, going into this matchup against Tatsuro Taira. But then yeah, against Royval, did not look great. Had trouble with the height and reach of Royval. And then he beat out Bozzy. I honestly don't even know if I've watched this fight. I think it was like half asleep when I watched this. But got the win, I suppose. And then against Urseg, again, kind of like a little bit of a boring fight, you know. Didn't do a ton, but it's a good win regardless, so. I think Moreno's definitely matured as a fighter, but he's fighting at the highest level, you know, like that's kind of how it's gonna go. And speaking of which, I think he's got high level jits. Like, he had some great scrambles with Biggie, who's a great grappler himself. Survived against Pantoja. Did get his back taken a couple times in that fight, but that was 2 years ago. Albazi and Urseg are both pretty good grapplers. They weren't able to do anything against him. And on the feet, I'm going Moreno all day, you know. I think that's, like, I don't think it's going to be super dominant, he wins on the feet all day. It's really just if Tyra can take that back, man, and keep that back too. Moreno's so scrambly and so good at moving from position to position. And you've got to think he's been working on the back take defense all freaking camp. I don't know, dude. This one's so fucking tough to pick. I agree with the odds here. I think it's like pretty much a pick 'em. I could see Tyra doing enough, taking the back in like 2 or 3 rounds, or maybe all 3, and winning a decision that way, just holding the body triangle. But I could also see Moreno touching him up on the feet, keeping his distance well, and scrambling out of positions and winning a decision. I don't see either of these guys finishing each other. Definitely think this one goes to decision. It's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna go Moreno. Just because I like him, honestly. I could see either guy winning, so I think Moreno's more well-rounded. He's fought better comp than Tyra. And yeah, he was able to survive against Pantoja. And I think he's definitely got the best jiu-jitsu, or at least back takes, in flyweight. So I'll go Moreno. 29-28 decision. Next up, the co-main event of the evening. Dropped it. I love this fight, bro. Besides the main event, I'm low-key like equally excited for these last 2 fights. God, this is such a good matchup. I've been watching Joshua Vance rise, man. I've seen every fight he's been in the UFC. And dude, this guy's improved. I remember when he made his debut against my boy Zalagos, who is the Angela Hill of flyweight. Just lost so many close split decisions, and I think this was a split too. Although Van kind of beat him up, he just put the boxing pressure on him, ripped to the body in a short notice too. And I was like, damn, this guy's like a year older than me. Like, what the fuck? And he's beating up on Zalagos, and he's been training for like 5 years. Like, what the fuck? That's nuts. And then, yeah, every fight from them, he's just looked better and better. And then, we gotta mention, this needs to be mentioned, the Charles Johnson fight, dude. Got slapped by Charles Johnson. But Charles is a dog, bro. We're just learning how good Charles Johnson really is. Him versus Alex Perez makes no sense, though. I kinda hate that matchup. Anyways. Yeah, I thought he looked better than ever against Royval. Was ripping those little fucking oblique kicks to the knee. Nasty boxing. Looked like he was hurting Royval. Royval's shots weren't really damaging Van. He was landing more, but they weren't doing much. And every time Van landed, it's just fucking damage, bro. Dude stens. He's really like a fucking flyweight Taboria with not as good grappling. Rips the fucking body hooks. Got a good jab. Really underrated jab. Good right hand. Like, he's just such a good boxer. So grounded and like he kind of stalks guys, you know. Like, a lot of times he'll have trouble early on the feet, and then he'll figure a guy out and be like, okay, I got your number now. And then he just puts the pressure on him, puts the pace on him, gets up against the cage, kind that is because he doesn't have much of a weight cut. He's honestly pretty small for flyweight. But yeah, beat Durden and this dude Tsuruya, and this guy was shooting non-stop the whole fight. Didn't really engage in the striking much because he was getting cooked. And Fan defended all that shit. And this guy's got really good jiu-jitsu. It's not just because he's Japanese, but he fights a lot like Tatsuro Taira. More of like a karate kind of guy, but he's got really good jiu-jitsu, decent leg trips, and Fan was a much smaller fighter in that matchup, able to defend it all, keep it on the feet, win the fight. So yeah, his grappling's improved leaps and bounds, but you're going against the best grappler at 125, if not like the best submission artist in the UFC right now. And Alexandre Pantoja, this dude's been on a roll, man. He really has. Every fight looks better. I used to think, like, alright, this guy's a marauder on the feet, like, he's so open. If someone has a lot of power in their hands, he's getting slept, like Becky did him. Or fucked up at least. But he's been looking a lot better on the feet. He still kind of marauds in. But, like, he just extends his combos really well, and he like blitzes and then adds in a trip or a takedown at the end, which has been really effective for him. And he does this shit that no one else really does in the UFC successfully. He does the fucking sit down double butterfly hook from the back take. You know, if you've trained jiu-jitsu and you get a body lock, you know that sometimes, you know, if the guy's not great or whatever, sometimes you can literally just sit down, get double butterflies like behind their legs and take their back. And he does this shit to everyone at the highest level. Just boom. And he's got so many different creative ways of getting the back. It's insane to watch, honestly. But yeah, man, look how many fights he's had. And the only loss is this guy Ortiz in 2018. Vicky in 2019, who fucked him up. And he lost to Askarov, but that was a close fight. And then since then, beat Cobb, Royval, Perez, Moreno, Royval again, Urseg, Asakura, and fucking Kaikar France. Like, that's pretty good, dude. Now, about the matchup itself. When this fight was first announced, I wanted to go Fan so bad because my theory is that Pantoja's kryptonite is going to be a boxer with really strong power, and like good kind of counter ability and timing. That's got decent takedown defense, and I thought that was going to be Kaikar France. Hindsight, Kaikar France is more of a pressure kind of fighter. You know, he likes to throw those kind of like switch stance hook combos like he caught Urseg with. He's not much of a counter puncher kind of guy. But yeah, that was always my theory on how to beat him, because Figueiredo's the only guy that really fucked him up, and that's what he did. Figueiredo's purely a counter striker with really sharp hands. The only thing is he was bigger than Pantoja. I don't think Fan will be much bigger. So when this fight was announced, I was like, okay, Fan could do it, man, because he has the style. He really does, to be able to hurt Pantoja as he blitzes in and makes those mistakes. I think Fan will be able to capitalize and catch him with the right hand over the top or a left hook or something. as he's coming in, just landed some clean, flatlining Pantoja. Crowd goes nuts in a similar fashion to how I believe the Peyton Talbot and Risuda fight will go. I really could see that, but logic tells me that this guy has been able to take everyone's back in the UFC, including some of the highest level grapplers in the division, and Van's been grappling for like 6, 7 years, you know. So I'm happy to go Pantoja. I'll go Pantoja, round 2 sub. I know it's a normie pick, but he's just so fucking good at getting that back. You really gotta just keep him away from you at all costs. And yeah, unless Van colds him, I think he's getting subbed. So I'll go Pantoja, round 2 submission. Moving on to the main event of the evening, we got Merab Dvalishvili going against Peter, shout out JL. He learned how to say Peter Yan's like actual name, like Petel or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm calling him Peter. I respect it. So in Uncle JL's honor, we'll call him Peter. This is another really interesting matchup, kind of similar to Pantoja Van, in my opinion, where you got one guy who's just been on a roll, super dominant grappler, improving a lot, and then you got a counter boxer with good takedown defense and a lot of power. And dude, okay, for a little bit of lore here, in Merab's last like 4 or 5 fights, I think I've picked him once. I might have picked him the first time against O'Malley. But that's been the only time. Let me make sure. Yeah. Did I pick O'Malley though? I don't know. I kind of forgot what I picked for that first fight. But against Umar, I picked Umar. Against O'Malley the second time, I picked O'Malley. Against Sandhagen, I picked Sandhagen. And I'm 0-3 on these picks. Merab just keeps proving me wrong, but watch me do it again. I'm going Peter Yan. Round 4. Knockout. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm picking Peter, bro. I'm picking Peter. Peter piped the big ol' fucking whatever the fuck. Shit, how does that go again? Peter picked a big ol'. Hold on, I'm looking this up. Peter bite a pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. That's what it is. How's that for ASMR, dude? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled. Fuck, why do I keep saying pickled? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Alright, tangent aside. The first fight, right? Merab cooked up. Okay, he shot 50 takedowns. Had Yan defending the whole time. Yan didn't really do shit on the feet. Wasn't able to get his game going. Merab, excellent game plan. Touch him up top. Make Peter get in the high guard. Second he got in the high guard, fake the overhand right or throw it. Boom. Into the double leg. Into the single leg. Pick it up. Make him defend. Yeah. He just outclassed him 4 rounds to 1. Really good game plan. But what needs to be mentioned times, and I'm pretty sure he got back up every single time, you know? And he also said he had a broken hand, which, say what you want, you know, a lot of fighters get injured, they go on to keep fighting, but I believe him, bro. If I broke my right hand, I wouldn't be throwing that shit, you know? I think that affected him, honestly. And I think he really underestimated Marab in that fight, too. But since then, right, Peter has not lost, I don't think. That's crazy. I remember he was 0-3. Beat Song Yadong, great win. Beat Figueiredo, that was a fun fight. Looked good. I kinda expected him to beat Figueiredo, though. And then beat Marcus McGee in a very weird fight. Kind of a classic yawn fight. Lost the first, and then just, you know, started beasting him up in the second and third. Although he used his grappling in the third, which I kind of hated. He was doing the Kamsat method of fucking holding him against the cage and just kneeing the thigh, not doing anything. That kind of sucked, to be honest. Because that was a great fight up until that point, too. But all this to say, he's 3-0 since he lost to Marab. He's locked the puck in. He's a killer. And he knows how to defend these single legs like no one's business, bro. He already showed it in the first fight. He's been working on the grappling since then. And he doesn't really do the high guard as much anymore. He's doing more of a long guard. These days, you'll see him extend that front hand. Which, shout out Dion, because he doesn't really extend his fingers, or like keep that front hand extended, fist closed. Long guard, dude. And so I don't think Marab's strategy's gonna work. Now, I know what you may be thinking here. Okay, sure, buddy, but Marab's improved quite a bit too, and that's very true. And that's what makes me nervous to make fucking Peter yawn, dude. It's because Marab's got a lot better since then. His confidence is growing, his grappling is way better. He looks bigger, stronger, like he's dominating these guys now. Although, you know, Corey, I feel like he didn't really dominate. He just kind of took him down a few times and he got back up and held him against the cage for most of that fight. He did rock him, though. He did rock him. We don't talk about that. Okay, we omit that from the old brain bucket. Okay, we forget that happened. But anyways, Marab's getting, here's my theory, right? Marab's getting too comfortable on the feet. These guys aren't catching him, bro. Right? He's like, oh, I fought O'Malley twice. Never hurt me, except for the body one time. I'm standing with Corey Sanig and I'm rocking him. Not getting hit with much clean. Standing with Umar, you know, not really getting hit with much. And so I think, also this is his 4th fight in the fucking year. Absolutely insane, but like, that many weight cuts, especially now that Marab's kind of filling out his frame at bantamweight, that's got to affect your chin, you know? I don't think the fighting is, because he's always sparring like this, just kind of how he is. But the camps have got to be pretty brutal. And fucking those weight cuts, man, 4 in a year? Going against a guy as powerful and explosive as Peter Yan. I think it's going to catch up to him. I think his confidence on the feet is going to get him in trouble with Yan. He's going to think shit's sweet. You know? He's going to be like, oh, I can't do a fucking Marab impression, bro. You guys,
I strike with the best strikers, you guys. They cannot stand with me. I am best striker 145, you guys.
Alright, enough impressions. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not bedtime, dude. I can't cook 'em up. But I think he's gonna get too confident. And I think Peter's gonna catch his ass. I think Marab's gonna do a little Marab blitz. And Peter's just gonna step back right hand. Boom! Boom! Knee up the middle. Boom! Uppercut. Boom! I think he's taking out Marab. Marab's gonna get rocked. Maybe dropped. And then try to scramble. Peter Yan gets on top. Nasty ground and pound. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Boom. Pop, 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 pop. Takes him out. Gets the DKO. Round 4. Like, dude, defended pretty much all the takedowns in the first fight. He's got elite takedown defense. I think that's just gonna improve. He knows what Marab's game plan's gonna be. He's way more powerful on the feet, and he's not like Corey Sandhagen, where he's like lanky and not super powerful. You know, he's equally kind of built to Marab's level, so I think he'll be able to meet Marab when he shoots, defend those takedowns, and then find an opening on the feet as Marab's blitzing to get that KO in round 4. So yeah, that's the prediction. Peter Yan, round 4 KO. We'll see if I go 0-4 on Marab predictions, but I can't stop now, you know. But yeah, what a card, man. I am gonna be depressed because there's no MMA, or at least UFC fights, for 6 weeks after the shitty Apex card after this one. But I think this is a good December, end of the year pay-per-view. Really good, man. Morgan saved those time off. Great fight. Got a prospect in Mansoor, okay. This fight'll probably be fun. Edson, Jalen Turner, banger. Vittori Ferreira, banger. Sadigov, Siam, good fight. Could be a banger if they replace Siam with someone a little more fun, but Greeny Silva, Macy Barber, there's gotta be one of these, you know, at least the ranked. Darren Spaghetti, Chris Duncan, banger. Grant Dawson, Manuel Torres, solid fight. Bogdan Guzkov, Jan Blachowicz, very interesting but kind of weird fight. Excited. Same with my boy Peyton Talbot and then Risudo. And then Marino Tyra, banger. Pantoja fan, dude, banger. And then Marab Yan, like, this is such a good card. I'm a big fan of the lower weight classes. I think they really are the most entertaining and just like fun, skillful, you know, just fun to watch division. So I can't wait for this card. I'm so excited. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. And yeah, man, looking forward to this one. I think it's gonna be a banger card. I think there's gonna be a lot of finishes, a lot of upsets.